Joel Leggett. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today to talk about your experience working together.
Hey, how you going?
I'm good, my friend. It's a beautiful autumn, warm morning, and it's just so good to sit down with you and
Oh,
reflect on what's been like a year's journey working together.
yeah, yeah. Wow, it feels like longer. It feels like such a long road we've been down together, but
Yeah, man. We've
it's
gone
crazy.
deep, haven't we? We've looked at a
I
lot in
know.
your life and changed a lot, and you've stepped
Yeah,
up to the game and you've really done a lot for yourself, hey?
yeah. It's amazing to think how far we've come from just the start of last year and how much change and growth has taken place and just where I am now in my life compared to where I was then.
Mm.
Back then, thinking that was kind of me set, thinking that's where I was going to be, but no,
Yeah,
fully
paint us
flipped
a
it.
picture of what life was like before coaching, say
Mm.
early 2021.
Yeah, before coaching, I was just extremely burnt out, working 40, 50 hours a week for a boss, and yeah, just being completely burnt out all the time and just having no motivation to pursue any of my creative outlets like my music, which is such a huge passion for me. And yeah, I had absolutely no motivation to really pursue any of that. Yeah, it was mainly just work, and I was sort of thinking that's where I'm going to settle, and that's where my life's just going to sit, and trying to come to terms with being okay with that. But yeah, it didn't sit right with me, and coaching just fully changed that
That is
completely.
I'm so grateful to hear that, Joel, because that sense of settling and compromise is so like heavy, isn't it? And
I
to be
know.
able to go in and zoom in on what Joel really wants and then take action on that, like we did it, man. And I remember from the get-go, because you were burnt out, and like from coaching, we need to focus on the fundamentals of health and well-being before we go up to say like
Yeah.
creative pursuits. So talk to me about where you were before coaching and why we focused on health and well-being to begin with.
Yeah, I was in a place of just being completely run down. And I think that focusing on myself and getting some routine and starting, like my diet better and all that kind of stuff, it really helped me set form work and stuff for where I was going to be down the track. I think if I didn't put in those early stages of hard work, it would have been hard to make the change. But yeah, I think just sort of changing small things, baby steps. That's what we said at the start. Just literally taking baby steps, and everything does count in the long run. You feel like you're not making huge changes at the start, but yeah, every single little change we made was amazing in the end. So I think, yeah,
I
it's
love
worked
that
for me. It's been
because we do
amazing.
focus on those small daily habits and
Mm,
then move up to things like using your voice, exercising boundaries, clarifying your creative ideas, right?
yeah,
So talk
yeah.
to me about the process you went through with speaking up to the people around you and exercising those boundaries. Really think back to when you were doing that and what it felt like and how you experienced life after it.
Yeah, I remember one of the main memories I have from very early stages of coaching with you was you really made me get clear on what I wanted. I sort of danced around things that I thought I wanted, but I remember you just really drilling me, going, Joel, all right, I want you to put it into words. What do you want? Do you want to do this? Like, and you just made me get so clear on what it was that I really wanted deep down, and made me write it down and put it publicly in the group and had everyone checking in on me, and it was amazing. Yeah, and that sort of led me to realize that where I was work wise wasn't going to benefit the rest of my life, and where I wanted to be creatively. Um, so I ended up leaving that job and having those hard conversations. It's never easy doing things like that, letting people down, and I'm a real people pleaser. Um, that's just the person I am, and I hate letting people down, but sometimes you really have to make those hard calls and those hard conversations to really grow. And yeah, you really encouraged me and inspired me to do that. And the group gave me all the tools I needed, and yeah, it really gave me good direction. So I wasn't worried about where I'd end up, because I knew that it was going to be a good positive change for me.
That is awesome to hear.
Yeah,
So
man.
good to hear, Joel. And like I've always said to you, the fear and anxiety isn't going to go away. You're going to just be more courageous and brave for the things that you want. And that's why we start with our vision and non-negotiables so that you are clear on what you want and it makes you excited and enthusiastic and passionate. And I think that deep why of like, why am I doing this motivates us through the anxiety to show up and have hard conversations or sacrifice a night out for a night in and a well-rested version of yourself so you can get up and go out and exercise or play music or journal or whatever it might be. So talk to
Yeah.
me more about Joel um since joining the group program, what does life look like now?
Life looks totally different now. I wouldn't, if I told myself back then what I'd be doing now, I just would have laughed because it's just not, back then it wasn't even a thought of mine. But I'm completely self-employed now. I work for myself. I've got sort of 2 staff casually that'll help me out, running a landscaping business. Trying to focus my work around 3 days a week, and then I've got 2 days to focus on my music and creative outlet. Do some writing, recording, and most weekends I'm sort of playing gigs or things like that. But yeah, so it's a completely different situation to what I was before. I was working so much that I'd be working a Saturday, or I'd get to the weekend and I'd just be so exhausted, and I'd go out drinking, or I'd go do something like that and just spiral down even deeper and be more tired. And yeah, now I've just got this new take on life, and it feels funny to say that at 25, but I feel like, I've just got like a whole new start, and it's a new chapter, and it just feels completely fresh to me. So I'm welcoming a new version of myself now, and very
Absolutely.
excited. It feels
So
great.
exciting, mate. Oh, and it's
Mm,
so awesome to hear that. I'm so proud of you because how often do we harbor those old ideas of ourselves and we carry them around and they just are so heavy, right? And
mm,
as you know, why we do burn ceremonies, why we share in the group, why we journal is so we can acknowledge the things we're holding on to and let go of them if they're no longer serving us, like people pleasing, like limiting beliefs, like the willingness to stay small, right?
mm,
So that's why I always use that David analogy, like Michelangelo's David, the statue. He was asked, how did he make it? And he said, well, I just cut away everything that David was not, and he revealed himself. And I think that's
mm,
so much of what has happened to you over the
mm,
process of the many group programs you've joined, is we just chip away those things that Joel Leggett and his essence is not. And you reveal yourself in the most beautiful ways, like of starting an aligned business, of playing more um, music and being willing to be seen and heard and
mm.
perceived and take up space in your music too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we really did chip away a lot of that, didn't we? A lot of the stuff that wasn't needed, and stuff that I didn't realize wasn't needed. Um, Really getting clear was something that helped me a lot. We got so clear on where I want to be, and I've still got a long way to go, but I feel so much better, and I feel so ready. I think we've done 3 lots of the group program now together. I'm joined up again for the next one because I just can't get enough. It's so worthwhile, and I've yeah, I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't do that, and I'm so glad I did. I think I got comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable last year, and just settling. And don't just settle. I'm not gonna just settle. I want to do what I'm meant to do. I figured out what I'm here for, and that's what I'm going to pursue. So
Absolutely. Your
thank you,
earthly
Jeff.
mission.
That's
It's
it.
like that's your earthly mission, bro. And it's just going to grow and it's going to be new and it's going to create new experiences in life. And like you
Mm,
said, we can have those breakthroughs and realizations at 25, at 35, at 45.
mm.
The only one stopping us from living in new experiences ourselves, right? So, Joel, tell me about what group coaching's like for you.
Group coaching is just. I love the support network that you build. with just complete strangers. It sounds funny, but I feel like there's an openness that you can be with people that you don't know. There's no expectations of you. You can be your truest self because there's people in that group that don't know you, and you can express deeply from inside you, and it's just so accepted by everyone because everyone's there for the same reason, and we're all there to support each other. I've made some really amazing friendships and some really cool people that I can call on if I'm, down or anything, and vice versa, it's just been surrounding myself with such good people from these groups, and it's stuff that I'll hold close to me forever. It's really been amazing.
And what is it about the group that helps you stay committed to certain habits, and what are those habits?
The thing about the group is sort of every week we were setting up goals, things that we wanted to do for that week coming, and just we did the buddy system a lot, which was good. You sort of buddy up with someone in the group and check in on each other, and you keep each other accountable. And that really helps me, like having someone message me in the afternoon, just reminding me of what I said the week before, journaling and all that kind of stuff, and just, really holds you to what you said you were going to do, and makes you really stay true to your word. So
that integrity of your word is everything.
exactly.
Hey, of like,
sure.
consciously thinking, well, if that's not going to be something for me, then I won't say yes to it, or I know I can commit to it. So it's a full body yes. How often do we just overcommit and then beat ourselves up because we can't make it happen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. And even just making small commitments, like things that are achievable, it's still so satisfying as a human to be able to tick things off. So, yeah.
So true.
Yeah. Great.
Joel, why do you keep joining the group program again?
Because I just love it. I love it. And I'm loving meeting new people, and I'm loving the accountability that I get from it and my growth every time. I don't expect to grow in the way that I do each time. And I go in expecting to grow in one area of my life, but then we uncover something else and I end up growing there. And I don't know, I just never know what I'm going to get. And it's always positive, and I just love it. I just love the group.
Do you think that's a result of my coaching style?
Definitely. You're very, you provoke thoughts and feelings a lot, and it really gets me in touch with a side of myself that I don't often visit. And just through the way that you coach, I'm very lucky to have you, Jessey.
Oh, that's awesome, Joel, to hear.
Yeah.
I'm so glad for you to reaffirm that, because sometimes I can feel like just like before I started becoming a coach or getting into group programs myself years and years ago, I felt very alone in my personality and my ambitions and my desires. And what I know to be true is that when we come together, we find our tribe and we find our community that normalizes the ideas we have in our head, right? Of like, oh, I don't have to settle. I can create music. I don't have to work as much as I was led to believe by my parents or my schooling or my society. And I can have financial time and creative freedom.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing, man. I think every group I've joined with you as well, your coaching is getting stronger and stronger. And it's really, I think that's also why I'm coming back, because it's just getting better and better. And I'm like, man, I don't want to miss out on the next one. I just got FOMO. I'm like, I've got to be there.
So good. I hope you're ready for the next round, brother. We're going deep again, and I'm so excited for it. Joel, I want to thank you for your time, and I just wonder if there's anything else you want to say to someone who's thinking about joining group or one-on-one coaching, that you want to share with us.
Yeah, I think if you are thinking about it, it's definitely worth it. I can't explain enough how much it's really changed my life. Even if you don't know what is really, I don't know, if you don't have a goal of changing anything, if you feel comfortable or you feel confident with where you are, there's still so many things that come up that you just you can grow on, and you don't realize. Yeah, there's so many things in life that we have to combat as people, especially
For sure.
these days. And I think it's definitely worth it. So if you are thinking about it, jump on it, because yeah, I can't stress it enough. I love it.
So
So
good.
yeah,
One final question I just thought of, Joel, is
yeah,
how has the group coaching impacted your music?
it's made me feel less judged. I was always so worried about what people might think. If I might post something on social media, or I might write a certain song or write certain lyrics, I always worry so much about, oh, like, what are people going to think of this? Is this corny, or is this or whatever? And I've just let go of that expectation now. I'm not doing it to please anyone. I'm doing it because I love it and it's what I want to be doing. And it's such an outlet for me, and I can be so vulnerable and real. And coaching's really helped me not feel judged by strangers. I'm doing it because I've got to remember why I'm doing it and why I started doing it and what makes me happy about it. And that's the real thing there. So it's what coaching's helped me with.
Thanks for sharing that, Joel. That's beautiful to hear.
No worries.
All right, mate. I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you so much again, Joel, for just sharing so openly. And I imagine you've inspired people to just be interested in coaching and grow more into their next level. So thanks again.
Hope so. I really hope so, because yeah, your work is worth it, Jessey.
Thanks,
And
Joel.
you do
Appreciate
a
you,
great
mate.
job, man.
I will see you in the next group program, my brother.
Yeah, I'll see you there. See you tonight. It's tonight, isn't
Tonight,
it?
my friend. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got our first call of the 6
So
weeks tonight.
exciting. Yeah, that's so exciting.